Good day from Banjo Dunk Production Studio in Toronto, Canada. An audiobook podcast based on my book, My Good Times with Stompin' Tom. I'm your host, Duncan Fremlin from the band Whiskey Jack. Chapter 8, Rules of the Road. One of the first things I thought of when I told Tom, yes, Whiskey Jack would love to go on tour with you, was how to prepare my bandmates for what lay ahead. A road adventure like no other. One that in no way resembled anything they'd experienced before. Imagine, I began, you're going to go on a coast-to-coast road trip with your favorite singer and idol, Stompin' Tom Connors, the most experienced travel agent in the country, and you're going to perform in front of thousands of adoring fans every night. There'll be roadies to set up your equipment, satisfy your every musical need, and you'll get to play with the best fiddler in the world, Graham Townsend. And you're going to get paid. Not very much, but what the hell? Wow, I thought, that sounds amazing. But, I continued, there's a few more things you need to know. First of all, the boss can be a bit, how shall I say this, difficult from time to time. He likes to stay up all night, and one of us has to stay up with him. Don't bitch. It's in the contract that you will sign if you agree to the tour. He smokes bad cigarettes relentlessly and drinks warm beer. In fact, you'll be encouraged to drink as much warm beer as you like, but there'll only be one brand available. It's called Moosehead beer. He sometimes drinks to excess and behaves accordingly. You'll be expected to do the same from time to time. You'll get to carry a cool device called a walkie-talkie, and you can dream up your own handle, just like when you were kids. Oh, and you'll have to have the walkie-talkie with you at all times because the boss might need you for something at any time of the day or night. One never knows. He can sometimes be pig-headed. He organizes band meetings, which means sitting in a dingy motel room trying to figure out what his point is. Did I mention the accommodations? They won't be fancy, like on a Guess Who tour, or even a Whiskey Jack tour for that matter. It will be a motel, preferably close to a bar that stays open late. We also have to be able to drive our car up to the front door. Cleanliness is not absolutely necessary. From time to time, the showers and the TV will work just fine. Over time, my role became more than simply band leader. Whiskey Jack had always shared the leadership in the past, equally responsible for the ebbs and the flows of life on the road, working our way through unpredictable and often trying circumstances. This time, on this tour, that role would not be shared. I was it. The relationship that made this collaboration happen in the first place was my friendship with Tom. He introduced me each night from the stage as the coordinator of the Whiskey Jack. He always called us the Whiskey Jack. He always called us the Whiskey Jack, not Whiskey Jack. The Whiskey Jack. I still don't know why. On his previous tours, he told me that he'd call musicians individually and assemble a band, and it would be his band. This time, it was not his band. It was mine. Perhaps that made it simpler for him. I don't really know. Leading up to that first meeting with Tom, when I brought Tom and the band together for the first time, I took the time to speak with each band member, describing what I knew about spending time in a fishbowl with Tom. Being part of the Stompin' Tom inner circle was a whole lot different than informally sitting around picking tunes. It didn't take them long to get what I was talking about. When I brought the band to the house for our rehearsal, we all sat in a circle, and Tom asked everyone to introduce themselves. First up was Bob McNiven on guitar and vocals. He and Tom would work together often in the years to come. Bob told Tom about his history as a traveling musician with his family gospel band. That got his attention. Conrad Kipping would play many instruments and trade tunes with Tom throughout the night. His bass player on the tour was going to be Greg "Chip" Street, 5-time winner of the Canadian Bluegrass Bass Player of the Year award. Whiskey Jack had been playing with Rob Duffus, a great country drummer from Keswick, Ontario. Tom didn't usually travel with a drummer, but we made it a condition of our joining up. Tom didn't usually travel with a drummer, but we made it a condition of our joining up. Over time, he developed a real fondness for Rob and his style.